We either make ourselves miserable or we make ourselves strong. The amount of work is the same. I found that quote to be really powerful because it really reframed how our interpretation of a situation is so powerful. When I coach executives, one of the core concepts that I cover is Pareto's principle. It's also known as the 80-20 rule. It's used in many different types of contexts, from productivity to wealth distribution. When I coach my team, I always tell them that 20% of your time should be focused on the actual problem, but a majority of your time, 80% of your time, should actually be focused on how do you solve this problem. And I think a majority of people are the reverse. They spend 80% ruminating about the problem and only 20% focusing on the solution. What that usually leads to is overwhelm. Working with executives that I've coached, I'm noticing that there's a lot of sense of overwhelm. People are overworked, working from home, there's no boundaries. Most people treat emotions as a cave, meaning they feel that emotion and like a cave, let it overwhelm them. People should treat their emotions like a tunnel. We all need to respect the feeling, whether it's overwhelm, fear, depression, but we have to go through that tunnel where there's a light at the end of the tunnel. When we are feeling overwhelmed and discouraged, we are focusing on the problem and not the solution. We're focusing on fear and not gratitude. We have a choice how to analyze our experiences, whether it's fear or hope, pain or suffering, play or joy. Research by UC Berkeley scientists demonstrated that gratitude changes you and changes your brain. New research is starting to show that gratitude works to improve our mental health. Just practicing gratitude can change the neurons and how your brain is structured. Many studies have shown that people who consciously count their blessings tend to be happier and less depressed. And I can tell you from my experience, I got laid off. I went through this huge depression. And that cave analogy was really powerful because I remember when I was feeling that deep sense of depression, I was focusing on fear. I was focusing on financial loss. I was focusing on the fact that I just lost my job. I was focusing on every negative emotion that I possibly could. And it wasn't until I pulled myself out, or I should say my daughter pulled me out, because she had said, "Mommy, I love you even without a job." And that pulled me out of that depression because I started focusing on the fact that I had an amazing family. I focused on the fact that my faith was bigger than fear. I focused on the fact that I had amazing groups of friends, and I started to call them instead of ignoring their call. And I have this bracelet, I don't know if you can see it, but it says, "I am blessed." And it's just to remind me of my blessings opposed to the things I lacked. Gratitude helps people connect to something larger than themselves as individuals, whether it's people, nature, or a higher power. 3 decades ago, Martin Seligman and colleagues launched positive psychology, which was groundbreaking at that time. They began the scientific study of focusing on positive emotions like gratitude, optimism, forgiveness, happiness, compassion, and altruism. At that time, it was revolutionary because psychology was focused on human emotions that were negative: mental illness, trauma, addiction, and stress. As we learn to cultivate our personal attributes and really deal with adversity and emotional turmoil, we start to move towards happiness and resiliency. But it's a practice. It's something that we really have to work on each day. Research shows that our thoughts have the power to actually shape and mold our brains. So the more conscious we are about perceiving an experience as positive, the more this perception will generalize to other parts of the brain. Negative experiences are like Velcro. They're really sticky and they stick to our minds. Whereas positive experiences are like Teflon. They more readily slip away. Therefore, we must actively work to integrate positive experiences into the brain so that it sticks and the beneficial effects can endure. Right now, things are not easy. We just gone through a traumatic experience, and I just want you guys to understand that it's okay to take time to take care of yourself. It's okay to pause and focus on the things that you love. It's okay to call people who will support you and be there for you.